Good day, 4th graders. Today we're working on Unit 11, Lesson 9. We'll be adding decimal numbers. Off to the left here, you see that I have a grid model which shows the hundredths, and also when broken down into columns of 10, it can show the decimal tenths as well. So what you see here is 3/10 or 30 hundredths represented in yellow. We also have 2/10 or 20 hundredths represented in blue. Now, when looking at these decimals and adding them together, the key thing you have to remember to do is line up the decimal point first. So if you're adding 3/10 plus 2/10, you line up the decimals first. See how my decimals are lined up nice? Then when you go and add, you add them as if they're just normal numbers. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Bring down the decimal point. And 0 plus 0 is 0. So you can see, doing the calculation, and also visually, that adding 3/10, otherwise known as 30 hundredths, plus 2/10, or 20 hundredths, ends up equaling 50 hundredths, or 5/10 altogether. So if we take a look at another example, let's say we had 7/10 plus 1/10. The first thing you'd want to do is line up your numbers so that the decimals are lined up. So I'll first put 7/10 on top, the larger number on top, plus, if I line up the decimal point, there. So now I just add the numbers like they're normal numbers. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Bring the decimal down exactly where it is in our problem, and 0 plus 0 is 0. So 7/10 plus 1/10 equals 8/10. So now I have some example problems. Key thing you just have to remember is when you're adding decimals, think of it like it's money. You have to line up the decimal point because you can't be adding dimes to the dollar place value or $100 to the pennies place value. So really you just have to make sure you line up that decimal point and then your answer will be accurate. So if we have 15 hundredths plus 42 hundredths, I'm going to put 42 hundredths on top since that's the larger decimal. Now it doesn't matter so much that the decimals are on top or bottom when you're adding, but when you're subtracting it really does. So I just say start with addition so that you get in the habit of doing it. So I've lined up my decimal points, now I'm ready to add the numbers. 2 plus 5 is 7, 4 plus 1 is 5, bring the decimal point down, no whole numbers. So our answer is 57 hundredths. Next one, I have 19 hundredths plus 6/10. So 6/10 is larger, so I'm going to put that one on top. So 0.6, and here's where it's important to line up the decimal point. So a lot of kids will be tempted to line up the numbers, but you really need to line up the decimal points together. Now, many of you noticed that this opened up a gap here. Well, remember that 6/10 is equivalent to 60 hundredths. So I can put a 0 there so it doesn't look so awkward. Now I'm ready to add since my decimals are lined up. 0 plus 9 is 9, 6 plus 1 is 7, decimal comes straight down, no whole numbers. So 79 hundredths or 79 cents would be our answer. All right, I have another one down here, 56 hundredths plus 4/10. 56 hundredths is larger, so I'll put that one on top. Plus the 4/10, line up the decimal. That opens up that gap at the end that I can fill with a 0. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 4 is 9. Bring the decimal down, no whole numbers. So our answer here is 96 hundredths. So now I want to show you what could happen when you add unlike units. Oh no! So we're going to look at these ones and figure out what's wrong. The solutions below are not correct. Explain why and correct each answer. All right, so here we have the dollar symbol. So $23, which would, on a price tag, look like this. But they added 10 cents. Which, on a price tag, if you have a toy that's 10 cents, would look like this, 10 hundredths. But notice that they said it's equal to $33. Now that says they added a dime to their $23 and all of a sudden they have 33 bucks? That's not right, is it, fourth graders? What they should have done is lined up the decimal correctly instead of just ignoring those symbols. $23 plus 10 cents, which would be $23.10. A much different answer than $33. That's why it's so important to line up your decimals. So same here, the kid did the wrong thing. 14 plus 3/10 does not equal 17. That's like saying you have $14 and I added 3 dimes and all of a sudden I have 17 bucks. I wish that were the case, but no. So you would want to set this up as 14.0. So nothing in the tens place, but this is still equal to the whole number 14. And then I'd add, by lining up the decimals, 3/10 to it. So really the answer they should have gotten is 14 and 3/10. Much different than the whole number 17. So now we're going to look below and say, circle the correctly aligned problem in each pair and solve it. So I have one example here to show you. So between A and B, one of these is lined up correctly and the other is not. So here I see that we have 9/10 plus 56/100. Right away, I can see that the student was tempted to line up the numbers. But is this correct? No! Their decimals are not even close to lined up. So this one will not give us the correct answer. Here, we see that the decimals are lined up perfectly. It did open a gap here, but remember, all you have to do is put in a 0 because 90/100 is the same as 9/10. So now B is lined up correctly. Now I can solve it. 0 plus 6 is 6. 9 plus 5 is 14. I'll carry the 1 over to the next place. I'm going to bring my decimal down now so I remember. And then we get 1 plus 0, which is 1. So our final answer would be 1 and 46/100. A much different answer than if I hadn't lined it up. So this is the correct way to do it. Now let's say we have unlike units on the number line. A lot of kids are like me where they're visual learners. We like to use the number line to help us add. So if I start at 3, the whole number 3, on my number line, that would be here. And I'm adding another whole, so I'd be at 4, so plus 1. And then I'm adding 9/10. So this is, remember, 1/10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10. So if I do 3 plus 1 and 9/10, I get 4 and 9/10, which is represented here on our number line. So as a quick refresher, remember to align the decimal numbers to add. You need to line up the decimal point. So if we have 87 and 3/10 plus 49/100, first thing I'll do is line up my numbers larger on top. And remember that once I've lined up my decimal point, if I see any awkward gaps, I can fill those in with a 0. Now I'm ready to add. 0 plus 9 is 9. 3 plus 4 is 7. Bring down my decimal. 7 plus 0 is 7, and then 8. So this is equal to 87 and 79/100. All right, we'll have to be careful with this next one. This says $32.05 plus 63 cents. So I have to be careful about where I line this one up. So I'll get the $32.05 ready, plus 63 cents would look like this on a price tag. So I've lined up my decimals correctly. I'm making sure I'm adding the cents together and not accidentally adding it to the dollars. So now I'll go ahead and add. 5 plus 3 is 8. 0 plus 6 is 6, decimal point. 2 plus 0 is 2, and then bring down the 3 here. So we get $32.68. This word problem says, Colleen and Jack both delivered newspapers this summer. Colleen earned $103.26, and Jack earned $92.12. How much did they earn together? Okay, so earning together, how much together? This is an addition problem. So I'll get my $103.26 from Colleen, plus the $92 lining up the decimals and 12 cents from Jack. 6 plus 2 is 8, and then we have 3, decimal point, 5, 9, and 1. So together they earned $195.38. The next one says, Roberto grew 96 centimeters last year and 8 centimeters the year before. How many centimeters did Roberto grow in 2 years? Okay, so we have what he grew in each year. We want to know all together in those 2 years how many centimeters he grew. So this is another addition problem. So I'll put the larger number on top, 96 hundredths, plus 8 tenths. I notice when lining up my decimals, we get an awkward spot, so I'll fill in a 0. So then when I add these, 9 plus 8 is 17, carry the 1, bring down my decimal. He grew 1 76 hundredths centimeters in those 2 years. All right, 4th graders, it's your turn to try solving on your ticket. Remember to read the question carefully and figure out which operation they're asking you to do. And then, as always, remember to line up your decimal point. Always, always, always.